church was going to last a little bit longer. Every time I saw Sister Jennifer Williams walk to the mic, I said, I sure hope she don't sing that song. Because if you sing that song, he ain't going to preach that she get through with that song. And the church going to act a fool for about 15 minutes. And the Cowboys come on at 1 o'clock today, or 12 o'clock, and I'm going to get out of church. And Jennifer Williams she get to the mic. Yeah, I know. This is my worship song. And when she said that, I knew what the song was. If it had not been for the Lord on my side. And as soon as she got to the first verse, half the church fell out. Oh, Lord! Being 10 years old, I didn't understand. Oh, come on, man. But now that I understand, no one. I'm going to let it go. No one. So it don't matter what song. As long as they sing a song that worships God, I'm in the midst of it. And then y'all know I can't sing. So I had to go in the corner over there next to Brother Reed and say our praise over there. But it's something about knowing that God is in the midst of all of this craziness, all of this stuff that we go through. See, I haven't given up on God because he didn't give up on me. It may look bad today, but all things, all things work together for the good of them who loves the Lord. Let us pray this morning. Our gracious Father, we come right now. Thank you for who you are in this life. We thank you for how you're worthy of all our praises, Lord. But more important, you're worthy of our worship. So now, Lord, as we take a little time to dig into your word, even love our worship of your word this morning. We dig into it to become better, to be better, to grow better. Now have your way in the midst of this sermon, that your people will be better because they heard from you today. We will see you in prayer. Amen. 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 Glad that Reverend Carter is back from Odessa. I heard he went down there and tore up Odessa. They was trying to handcuff him and keep him down there. Now I had told him I was in Nashville with 6 preachers, pastors from Odessa. I told him before he left, don't have me to come to Odessa. He go to the dentist. You want him to be able, he got to be a smart person in class. But he can't be, y'all won't say, don't say, the dumbest one. Y'all don't, I'll say it for y'all. You want to take their credentials. You want to make sure they you don't want to be their first patient. They might be good, but you don't want to be the first patient. You want to see what they, their experience is, how long they've been in business, how long, what they good at. You want to know this stuff before you proceed. You can't take everybody's word for it. Back in the 80s, there were these 2 guys on TV. What is it? Everett and the two Cisco and Everett. That's their name. People used to get early Saturday morning just to see what they gonna say. How many movies have y'all scratched out because they said something? And then you look up and go see what is on video. That was a pretty good movie. You can't listen to everybody's testimony, so you got to do some work yourself. So this morning, I want to get you the greatest credentials this morning. The greatest credentials, because you want to be able to know that you're on stable ground. So this morning, just for a few moments, I'm going to give you the greatest credentials. Colossians 1:15-23. The greatest credentials. May I get y'all teaching that you don't have to worry about where you stand when it comes to your spiritual walk. Colossians 1st chapter, starting at verse 15. Read from the King James Version.
And that's what's on the screen.
15th verse. Who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature. For by him were all things created that are in heaven that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether there be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. And he is the head of the body of the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have been preeminence. For it pleased the Father that is in him should be all fullness dwell. And having made peace through the blood of Christ, the blood of his cross, by him to reconcile all things unto himself. By him I say, whether they be things in the earth or things in heaven. And you that are sometimes alienated and enemies in your mind by wicked works, yet now hath he reconciled in the body of the flesh through the death to present you holy and unblameable and unreprovable in his sight. If you continue in the faith, grounded and settled, be not moved away from the hope of the gospel which you have heard, and which was preached to every creature, which is to your telephone while you're driving. Hey Google.
Yeah. Right.
Hey Google, what's the biggest animal? Hey Google. Yeah. You can ask any question. Hey Google, who sings a song that sounds like this? Yeah. Hey Siri. Yeah. How did I get home from this fight? Right. Whether I walk or run, we are at the anything is at the touch. And so if you ask the question, is there a God? Who is Jesus? So when I start thinking about this passage, what Paul was really trying to get people to see is you have the greatest person with the greatest credentials. So just in case you want to ask some questions, here's the answers to your questions. Okay. The first thing you want to ask the person, go ahead and put that question up, Amber, so everybody can see the first question that you would ask the person. What are your qualifications? All right. That's the first thing you're going to, look here, I ain't going to have just anybody operate on me. Yeah. And so your question, the word actually, what qualifies Jesus to be my Savior? Well, I'm glad you asked that question because he's not afraid to answer the question. He said, look here, who is the image of the invisible God? He is the firstborn of every creature. For by him all things. Hold on. So his credentials, his qualification is that he created everything. Okay. So you go to the doctor, and you want to know, doctor, my foot hurt. And he said, well, I have written several books about the foot. All right. Matter of fact, they study my books in all the podiatry classrooms. Right. So you be like, oh, okay. Jesus says, I created everything. There was nothing. Qualification means that there's nothing that was created that I didn't create. Right. So if you got a problem with your car, I hear you. If you got a problem with your dog, if you got a problem with your fish, that's it. He says, for the qualification questions, he says, for by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are on the earth, visible and invisible. I got problems with Satan. That's okay. I wrote the book on Satan because I created it. Yeah. Come on now. So 15:16 says that, if I'm surveying for a person to be the head of my life, who better have the head of my life who has created everything around. Okay, you just bragging now, Jesus. You just bragging now. I got another question. Go to the next question, Amber. Go to the next question, Amber. So you create everything. What kind of experience do you have?
All right.
Because you can be a ready to calm like that. But what kind of experience you have? You ask that question. Watch what he says here. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. So what's his experience? He's been doing it for a very long time. Matter of fact, he invented time. So that's He was before time even existed. So experience-wise, the experience starts and ends with him. So what I'm trying to say is that as this doctrine you went to, he said, oh, smart people pull on your ear and tell them that you're doing it the wrong way. There's some other stuff that says that God is not real and Jesus Christ is not real, but I can attest to you, there's no greater person than Jesus Christ. But see, I realize that also in our life, we have some people who have falsified some stuff. That they can put some stuff on paper and say, you know what? I graduated from the Ivy League. I have so many years of experience. But then you go back and try to review who's actually certified them. It was that uncle who got some licenses from Walmart, did a couple things and put on paper. But see, watch this. Go to the next question, so I can clarify this for you right off the bat. The third question says this: who actually certifies this person? What certifies it? Well, the question comes in a second, but I'll go ahead of time while they trying to get the computer work back there. It says this in verse 18. And he is the head of the body of the church, who is to begin the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have the preeminence. For it pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell. If I'm going to be certified, I'm going to be certified by the highest academy. People walk around and say, yes, I have been certified by this department, that department. I have been certified by these people and those people.